Guyana is home to an estimated 80,000 plant species and to 3,500 fauna species, including over 1,200 bird species, 225 mammal species, and numerous amphibians, reptiles, and fish. The country is a significant part of the Guyana Shield, a global hotspot for biodiversity, with many endemic species found nowhere else. President of the Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana, Thag, Mitchell Ramkumar, in an exclusive interview with Guyana TV9 News, said the tourism industry relies heavily on and promotes biodiversity protection.
And I'll tell you why. Because let's take, for example, a remote location, any one of the Amerindian village where we have these eco lodges and so on. So if you have a lodge in this area, it creates employment for the villagers in that local community. Rather than going into forestry or mining, you're able to come in and work at a lodge, and you're able to preserve and protect the biodiversity in the process. So it's a win-win for all.
Ramkumar said that in Guyana's context, tourism should be promoted even more because of the country's unique position as a biodiversity hotspot.
Because of what it brings to the table, it creates. So you can't just tell people to protect the environment, and then on the other hand, you have nothing for them to do. So what tourism is doing is creating that ecosystem, helping that ecosystem function, and so we can all live in harmony with our biodiversity, and then being able to have meaningful employment and be able to provide it for yourself and your family and so on.
Thag, according to Ramkumar, even before the inaugural Global Biodiversity Summit, has had biodiversity topics relatively high on its agenda.
We really focus on protecting the environment, because boarding, for example, it's what we sell, and so we would want to ensure that a habitat for those birds and for any other species that you have, animal that you want to come and see, that you're able to come and see it in its natural habitat. And so that is why it is so unique, and that is why it's so precious, and it brings so much for Guyana and for the people of this country, for us to promote the industry so that we can preserve what we have.
An IDB report in 2024 stated that biodiversity and ecosystems are declining at an alarming rate worldwide, with the pressures driving this loss continuing to intensify. Urgent action is needed to halt and reverse this trend in order to prevent the sixth mass extinction. According to a WWF report, since 2010, the world has witnessed a steady decline in species diversity, shrinking populations, and the degradation of ecosystems. Today, nearly 1 million animal and plant species face the threat of extinction. This rapid deterioration of ecosystem health is undermining livelihoods, food security, public health, and overall quality of life across the globe. It stated further, addressing these challenges requires a fundamental shift in how we produce and consume resources. The future must prioritize both the protection of nature and the fulfillment of human needs through more sustainable and responsible practices. Colin Abrams, Guyana TV9 News.